61 Adages of Imam Ali, peace be upon him, about viceroys and rulers. 1. Ruling shows the interior of men. And remember, in general, we are using gender neutrals. Authority is the gift of Allah on his land. 3. The tool of ruling is the wine chest. Wine chest means to have patience. 4. There's no ruling for him who is out of manners and runs after the play. 5. There's no domination for him who does not bear his brothers. 6. Justice is the virtue of the ruler. 7. Justice is the ornament of the leadership. 8. There's no injustice like the injustice of the ruler. 9. The viceroy of injustice are the most devilish of this nation. 10. The bad ministers are the helpers of the unjust ones and the brothers of the sinners. 11. Politics of passion is the good one. 12. Nothing gained countries like justice. 13. The rule is not complete for him who does not allow. 14. Who wrongs a ruler, then he offers himself for humiliation. 15. Who seeks to rule should be patient for the bitterness of politics. 16. Who rules with injustice, people shall wish for his death. 17. Who takes pride in his rule shall make his stupidity apparent. 18. Who owned shall monopolize. 19. Who was unjust in his ownership, he shall speed up his doom. 20. Who fears your whip shall wish for your death. 21. Who entrusts your goodness shall have the pity on your rule. Who trusts your goodness. Yeah, if people expect good of you, they'll sympathize with the difficulties that you need to go through. 22. It is but a few of the companions of the kings that last. 23. In injustice lies the doom of the people. 24. Whose rule was unjust, his land shall be doomed. 25. Injustice is the fixation of the people. You know, the opening is 2 words, not a word with a prefix. 26. The fix of the people is justice. 27. The most devilish of kings is he who opposes justice. 28. The most devilish of viceroys is whom the innocent fears the most. 29. A mighty lion that eats too much is better than a viceroy that is ignorant and unjust. 30. The most devilish of princes is whose lust was a prince over him. 31. The ornament of the king is justice. 32. The time of the just is the best of times. 33. The time of the unjust is the most devilish of times. 34. The head of politics is to use passion. 35. The best of politics is justice. 36. It is right upon the king to train himself before his soldiers. 37. The love of rule, that is the head of adversities. 38. The good justice, that is the system of the Grecians. 39. The good politics, that is the straight path of the people. 40. The good politics shall make ruling last. 41. The generosity of the viceroys with the money of the Muslimin, that is unjust and evil. 42. The stability of lands is based on justice. 43. The crown of the king is his justice. 44. Your pride in ruling is humility when isolated. So what exalts you when you're supported will debase you when you're not. Well, if what exalts you is, arrogance. 45, the worst of friends are the kings. 46, the worst of politics is injustice. 47, by justice, the blessings are multiplied. 48, by justice, the people are fixed. 49, if you are made a viceroy, then be just. 50, if the lower ones ruled, then the virtuous ones shall die. 51, when there's the means to conquer, the generous shall be wronged. 52, if the time turned bad, at then the mean ones shall rule. 53, if the ruler made you closer, then glorify him more. It is apparent that this phrase concerns the just ruler, or it is in the way of avoiding the harm of the ruler. 54, the beast of the kings is the bad reputation. 55, the beast of the leaders is the bad politics. 56, the beast of ruling is the pride. 57, the most dignified of princes is whose lust was not a prince over him. 58, the most dignified of kings is he who owned himself and spread justice. 59, the best of kings in manners is he who owns the people with his justice. 60, the best of kings is whose soul was more chaste. 61, the most ugly thing in life is the injustice of the Viceroys. Now, one of the things that people might think is implied here is that we're justifying this hereditary rule and all this other stuff, and we're not. Ultimately, that's sort of how things work in the world. People talk about democracy and republics and all that, but, who picks those politicians ultimately? You look at the richest people in the world, how they keep coming from the same family. Sometimes they're not from father to son to all that, but they end up keeping their eye on these family lines, right? But the most important thing about politics is the principles and consciousness of the ruling and the ruled. No type of government, left wing or right wing, is going to outweigh that.